The Signmaker series of panel saws and substrate cutters comes with a saw for rigid material and a pivoting razor knife for softer material. Options like a rolling shear for 3mm ACM and a floating router for V-grooving ACM will be discussed later in this video. Initially, we will discuss the panel saw aspects of the substrate cutter. The SawTrax Signmaker's panel saw and substrate cutter includes the Makita 5007F 15-amp saw with a 7 1/4 inch saw blade. Since this is not a proprietary saw, repairs or replacement can be easily done at most Makita service centers or dealers. The Signmaker series of panel saws and substrate cutters comes with an easy to spin insert plate with a saw already mounted to it for fast crosscuts and rip cut changes. SawTrax is the only panel saw company that uses sealed steel bearings for the smoothest and most precise action of the saw carriage. There is a patented alignment system called the AccuSquare that will keep your panel saw from ever going out of square. The saw blade is surrounded by a dust shroud brush that provides you the best dust collection in the industry. It also sweeps the cut on its return. The unique carriage design allows for the use of many different tools besides your saw and knife. The guard on the saw is still in place while the saw is on the machine. This makes taking it off and on much safer. The dust shroud has a lighted viewing port that allows for easy blade alignment. The stand is factory attached. It uses ladder hinges and 10 lock nuts to attach it to the frame. Even if one of the ladder hinges were to come loose, the leg is designed so that it would not allow the frame to come any further backward. Frame wheels are attached at the factory that allow you to position the frame easily. Once in position and the frame is tilted back, the weight comes off the wheels, preventing the frame from moving accidentally. An easy-on trigger lock is used to rip cut, so you don't have to pay 3 times as much for a proprietary replacement saw. Rip pointers are used for the fast and easy setting up of rip cuts in either direction. Left and right tapes are included along with a stop and a stop bar. The stop bar can be used for cutting strips in the center of the machine. The stop can also be used on the optional mid-fence. A pivoting razor knife is used to cut corrugated plastics and foam boards. As a safety feature, the knife blade is retracted into the knife when taking off the machine. You can cut foam board and composite paperboard up to 1/2 inch thick. You can double cut 4mm coroplast to cut 2 sheets at one time or cut 1 10mm sheet. You can even score cut PVC. A spring hold down is recommended for thin materials. You can adjust the tension by the knob at the top. The optional mid-fence allows you to make waist-high cuts on smaller pieces of material, saving your back and a lot of bending over. It has an easily detachable lip that is removed when cutting full sheets. It can be used with all the cutters. The carriage uses a quick release mechanism so you can remove one tool and quickly insert another, saving time. A rolling shear insert can be used to cut aluminum composite materials up to 3 mm thick. A floating router is used with the user's own router, saving money. A push-button laser alignment system can be used for the fast and accurate alignment of your cutting tool. The sheet clamp is highly recommended for ACM cutting. It can be attached or removed in just seconds. It is used to keep material from shifting during the cut. It is held onto the frame using magnets. The builder's extensions are used to extend the bottom fence of the panel saw. It makes handling larger sheets much easier. They can be used with compact or full-size frame. The ACM cutter uses opposing rolling cutters to pinch your aluminum composite for a rounded edge. Here you can see how the sheet clamp is used in conjunction with the ACM cutter. The pinching process creates a rounded edge so that there is no need for filing later. The floating router can be used for blind dados, normal dados, or V-grooving aluminum composite. Since it is floating on top of your material, it will always give you a constant depth on your material. When buying a panel saw, you should also consider our sheet dollies that can simultaneously hold material to be cut and material that has been cut. Every SawTrax panel saw is squared at the factory and thoroughly inspected before it leaves the building. Unlike other panel saws, we fully crate our American-made panel saw so it arrives to you in fantastic condition. At SawTrax, we don't make cutters that are easy to build. We make cutters that are easy to use. When you consider precision, ease of use, and safety, it is by far the best value you can buy.